YouTube? What is poppin'? It's your girl Angel Sky, and I'm coming at you with another banger video. And on today's video, I am going to be showing you guys how I tint the knots on this unit. If you don't know, the knots are these things up here that look white, that'll give a white cast if you put on the wig. Also turning this ugly yellow color into a beautiful, beautiful light blonde. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys everything that she will be needing in order to tone the knots and also tone the hair. So I saw on a girl's TikTok video that she toned the knots before she toned the hair. You actually want to do it the opposite way, because after I toned the hair, what I had did to the knots had bleached and went away, so I ended up having to redo it again. So to avoid that mistake, go ahead and tone the hair first and then tone the knots after. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in with my T11 Wella toner. I use 2 bottles of it, and the ratio that you're going to do is a 2-to-1. So for every bottle that you use, you're going to fill it up twice with the 20 volume developer. So this bowl ended up being too small for both bottles of the Wella toner, so I ended up moving it to a bowl to mix it. Y'all, don't worry about the little marks on my hand. Every single time I cook and I try to take something out of the oven, I end up burning my hand. So I really need to start using gloves, but it should heal up in like a few months or whatever, because I end up burning my hands all the time when I'm cooking. Y'all, this is a mess. So I'm going to come back to you guys after I finish mixing it up in the other bowl. So now you just want to make sure this is mixed really well. So when you put on the toner, you want to make sure that the hair is kind of damp before you put on the toner. Make sure you really get in there and saturate the hair so that every part gets toned. This is how the hair looked once I rinsed it out. Now I'm about to go ahead and tone the knots. This is actually the first step that I did, and I ended up having to go back and redo it after I toned the hair. So I just reversed it so that you guys can see the correct order in which you're supposed to do it at. So I used some conditioner. Any conditioner will do that is white or yellow or blue, preferably white, so that you can see like the color that it's going to be. I use the Honey Brown by Adore. Use about 3 drops of that and 2 drops of the color Mocha, also by Adore. You really just want to eyeball it and determine how much color you want to put in there based on your skin complexion. I typically like my knots to be a little bit darker when it comes to 613 hair, so that it's a lot more visible and it doesn't give off a white cast once I put the unit on. So I let this sit for about 8 minutes, depending on how dark you want it to get. If you want it to get darker, make sure you leave it on for a longer amount of time, obviously. So yeah, this is how it turned out. You could definitely see a big difference. I initially thought that I did it too dark, and some of the color did bleed onto the hair a little bit, but I actually like that because it makes the hair look a lot more natural once I actually put the unit on. And once I installed this unit for a second time, a lot of that extra color that actually bled onto the hair did come off, so that's no longer visible after only 1 wash. So I just wanted to give you guys some shots of the hair. The hair is really good quality thus far. Now, when you start off plucking the unit, you want to put a black t-shirt or a black towel or something that contrasts the color of the hair to show exactly where you will be plucking. I have a detailed plucking video on my channel that's really far back, and I still pretty much do it the exact same way. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. But when it comes to 613 hair, I believe plucking less is more. You don't want to over pluck a 613 unit. So I'm barely taking out any hair. Well, the amount of hair that I would normally take out for a darker hair color. So I pretty much just use the comb to show places where I want to pluck, and then I skip in between. I pluck one area, skip in between, pluck one area, skip in between, making sure not to stay in one place too long. And remember, do not over pluck a 613 lace unit. Once you over pluck this unit, there is no going back. So pluck very sparingly, because you can always go back and pluck more once you get the unit on your head. But I'm telling you, more than likely, you're not going to have to, because you barely see like the hairline when it comes to a 613 unit for the most part. I find it better to pluck a 613 unit when it is dry, because I really want to see what it's going to look like when it's dry, because I don't want to over pluck again. So I'm just going to part a section, pluck that section, part another thin section in front of it, and part again, using my hot comb to make sure that I actually see what the hair is going to look like once I put it on top of my head. Just continue to pluck and be patient. Don't rush the process, because you don't want to tear a hole in the lace. It's going pretty fast, but this took me a good amount of time to pluck. Well, I'm just going to repeat these same steps in 3 different sections across my head, which is the side, the middle, and the other side. So as I'm plucking, I am going to brush the hair all the way back, the section that I just plucked, to make sure every now and then that everything checks out and it looks good and I'm not over plucking or putting too many holes in the lace. So this is what we wound up with. Everything is plucked pretty well. The hairline is not as dense as it once was. It looks like a wig where the knots have not been bleached, but trust me, once you put this wig on your head, it is going to blend into your skin seamlessly. So in just a second, I will be showing you guys the end result. It came out so beautiful. And go ahead and leave a like, get those fingers moving in the comments. If you like this video, definitely don't forget to subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.